swag on? You good?
Swag.
100%?
100.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to the video. I have a very special guest to my right. This is
Jules Gets Fit.
She has her own YouTube channel and she has her own, Instagram and stuff like that. She has just a really cool story that I think is just, first off, really inspiring, and second off, just really unique. And another thing that's really cool to me is that I will be hearing a lot of this information for the first time as well. I know that her story is really cool. I know a little bits and pieces about it, but I don't know everything, so I'm really excited to hear this story. So if you just kind of want to introduce yourself, what your channel's about, and then just go into your whole journey, I guess.
Yeah, so my channel, Jules Gets Fit, is about first and foremost weight loss, secondly binge eating, and then third, I'm vegan, so having a vegan diet, but I don't push it on you guys. just FYI. So but yeah, so you can start from when you were a kid or wherever you feel like is a good starting point for your journey. Awesome. So I've always had weight issues to some extent. Even when I was 2 years old, my doctors were concerned to a certain extent about my weight. Okay. I wasn't one of those like super huge kids that you would look at and be like, wow, there's something wrong with that kid. Yeah. But since it was in the 90s, it's kind of like the norm of what a kid would be today, which is kind of sad. So my weight issue started ever since I was a child. And when I was 6, that's when I started to develop a binge eating disorder. Wow. So super, super young. Like I would eat as much as a 6-year-old would, and I would hide the wrappers in the little couch cushions, and because for me that's how I could hide the food. But as you guys know, that's a stupid way to hide your food. So then my mom would like come home and find these wrappers and be like, Julianne, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I was just having a snack. So as I got older, it progressively got worse. But my weight wasn't a complete issue. I was chubby, but I wasn't like obese. Okay. Because as a kid growing up, I played sports all the time. I played basketball, I played softball, I played roller hockey. I sucked at roller hockey, but I still played it. And
that makes sense why you were so good. I need to say this too, why you were so good at the workout today, because we did just finish a workout. Yeah. So if we look red or anything like that, that's why, because we literally just finished a CrossFit workout like maybe 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, so growing up, I played sports as a kid, and then my parents got a divorce when I was in the 5th grade. That's when it started. And it was a pretty nasty divorce because we still lived with my dad for 2 years in the middle of the divorce. And my bedroom was here, my dad's bedroom was here, and my mom slept in my bedroom. So my alarm clock was them screaming at each other. So I turned to food, and that's when my binge eating disorder just got really, really bad.
And how old were you at this point?
I was 10. Okay. 10 years old. The worst time to get a divorce, by the way, is when your child is 10 years old. But through that, I turned to food. I still wasn't super big, but gained the weight. And then we moved out of my dad's house, so I no longer had my friends to play sports with. Okay. Right? Yeah. So then I just started pile and pile and pile and pile and pile on the weight, and next thing you know it, I am 16 years old and I weigh 300 pounds. Wow. Right? So gained a bunch of weight, still wanted to do sports, but stopped because I was too embarrassed. Kind of like how you were with football. I was too embarrassed because even though I was good at sports, I was really slow. Yeah. So if we were playing basketball, I was on the offense side. I made a shot.
You always get picked last too, right? And you're just like, I have to deal with this again. Like, yeah, and
then to run across the court, you're just like out of breath, trying to play defense, and it was just embarrassing. Yeah. So I just stopped sports completely.
Yeah, team sports are hard because you almost feel like bad, like you're letting your team down just because you can't be as fast.
Exactly.
And that's definitely really frustrating.
Exactly. So then my senior year of high school, I lost about 80-something pounds because I didn't want to be the fat kid in college. Okay. So I went from 300 to 212 pounds in a year. Didn't do it very healthy.
I was gonna say, how did that?
It wasn't very healthy. I was working with people at the time, but this was, again, 2007, so there wasn't a whole lot of research out on this. So my calories were 1,200 calories, 40% carbs, 40% protein, 20% fat, all the way through. So even when I was 300 pounds to 214 pounds. So that's probably when my binge eating disorder was the worst. Yeah. Because I was so much in a calorie deficit that on the weekends, on my cheat day, I ate whatever I wanted. I would go to Panera Bread, I would go to Arby's, and then I would go to Cheesecake Factory. I wasn't vegan at the time. So I would just go all out, but I would still lose weight because I was in such a calorie deficit. And I didn't really learn how to live my life while still trying to be healthy, because it was so much pushing. I gotta lose this weight, I gotta lose this weight. So then when I got to college, you know how there's the freshman 15? Yeah, I had it every semester 15. So I got to college, and it's an all you can eat, and what they taught me was you have to eat every 3 to 4 hours or else you're gonna lose muscle. So I was like, man, I gotta eat every 3 to 4 hours. So I would eat every 3 to 4 hours.
But it was like 3,000 to 4,000 calories.
Yeah. So just piled on the weight, and then got a lot of self-image issues with that. And then towards kind of my junior, senior year is where the binge eating disorder really started kicking into place again. So not only was I overeating, but then I was binging. Like I would have dinner with friends, right? But I'd only eat a little bit because I was like self-conscious.
Yeah, you're trying to prove to them that like, oh yeah, I'm not eating
Nothing's
that
wrong.
much. Yeah,
Nothing's wrong. So I'd have like, you know, a small meal, and then I can
relate to that so
I would leave and go to this place called Sheets. It's kind of like a Wawa. So I go to Sheets and just get a ton of food and eat it all. And probably like 3,000 calories, something like that. And then, yeah, so by the time I graduated college, I don't know the specific weight, but when I started my weight loss journey in grad school, I was 349 pounds. But when I look at photos of me when I graduated college, I look so much bigger than when I first started. So I don't know where I was at from my highest. So in grad school, I got my PhD, so I went straight from my undergrad to my graduate program, and I realized that I needed to lose weight. You know, my roommate at the time was into races like half marathons and so forth, and so I was like, that'd be something that would be really cool to do, but I can't do this at my weight. Like I can, but it's probably not the smartest thing to do. So that's when I kind of started to drop weight a little bit, like not trying to go all out it, but just, you know, little bits and pieces. So I dropped a little bit of weight, and I still didn't start my like Instagram at that time, but dropped a little bit of weight, and then did my first, it's called a quarter marathon. It's really just a 10K, but I did my first quarter marathon. It took me a very long time, and also I was going through a physical therapy because I had a slight tear in my hamstring. So my doctor said it was fine so long as I didn't start limping. And I started limping at the very end. I'm like, I'm just gonna finish it. So I did my first quarter marathon, and then I was like, I really like this. And that's when I started my first Instagram page, Fat Girl Knows Best. And then that's about the time where I did my first half marathon. So I did my first half marathon probably when I was about 320 pounds. That's crazy. It is crazy. It was a Biggest Loser half marathon, so the time limit, I think the longest you could do was 5 hours. So I walked it. I didn't run it at all. So I walked it, but still, someone from my size to do it,
that's huge. That's amazing.
It's huge.
That's so cool. Like, I couldn't even imagine, because like at my heaviest I was 360, so maybe I lost maybe like 30 pounds or something like that. Even the thought of even considering a half marathon would have never crossed my mind. So that's just so cool to me. That's so cool.
Yeah, so after I did my first half marathon, I was just hooked, and now every single year I do one. My next one's in June, so I've done 4 half marathons, and I'm about to do my 5th, and then I also do triathlons throughout that. Yeah, so I'm crazy, I know. But even during that time, like I dealt with a binge eating disorder for 20 years. So even throughout all that, I was still in my binge eating disorder. Because when I started doing the weight loss thing on my own again, I went back to what I learned from when I graduated high school, which wasn't the healthiest. So then I would just want to binge. But on top of that, I was working out like crazy. Like I had one of those little heart rate monitors, and I would burn like 1,000 calories in a workout. But I was only eating 1,200 calories. It's not healthy. Don't do that. And then my last year of my PhD program, I decided that I needed to do something about my binge eating disorder, because I lost some weight, but I wasn't losing weight. Like a little bit here and there, but
you weren't seeing a downward trend all the time.
Right, exactly. It was down up. Like I would get close to 300 pounds and then gain 20 pounds, and then get like 310 and then gain 10 more pounds. And I was just getting really frustrated, and I knew it was because of my eating disorder. So I went to go get counseling for it. So I went to counseling, and with my counseling I also worked with a dietitian. It was kind of like I had to do it. And so through them, they really helped me with my like food issues and my food obsession. But more so my obsession of having to eat healthy. Like, no, I can't have a Snickers bar because it's bad for you. Where it could be like, no, you could have a Snickers bar here and there. So they really helped me by doing that. And that's
like, I know exactly what you mean by like, you know, I can't have a Snickers bar, but then you'll go out and eat like literally like 2,000 calories in trail mix or something like that. But you're like, but it's healthy, so I can eat this. But you're eating 5, 6, 7 times as many calories as you would have if you would have just given yourself the Snickers bar, had the satisfaction, and moved on.
But yeah, so this past year, I'm actually binge free for a year this month.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So binge free for a year. Like I've overeaten, but it's like binge eating disorder. You're in like a
it's
fog.
Like exactly. It's like a fog when you, especially when you're really struggling. Like when you get out of it, you realize what happened. You're just like, how did I eat that much food? Like I don't remember doing that.
Yeah,
and then
you don't
like,
remember
why. Like when you're able to like be like, oh, I overate because I was with friends and like we were having fun. That was cool. But like binge eating is like when you eat so much food and then you're like you come out of it and then you just think to yourself like, why? I don't even like that food that much. Like, why?
Yeah, this food's nasty. Why did I just do it?
I used to eat like boxes of cereal, and like obviously I like cereal, but I would eat it dry because in my head, if I put milk in it, it adds fat to the food. But if I'm just doing carbs, it's like I'm doing a carb load. It just didn't make sense, and I would eat, and I'm not exaggerating, a whole box of Chex Mix, and then I would think to myself like, that wasn't even good.
No.
Like, it was just dry cereal.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, so this past year I've been able to drop more weight. I still try to take it really slow because with my binge eating disorder, it's something that you live with for the rest of your life. It's basically like alcoholism just with food. So I don't want to get to a point where I'm in so much of a calorie deficit or I'm so much dieting that I'm gonna want to binge. So I'm very cautious with my weight loss. So unlike most people out in social media, I'm taking more of the slow approach. If I lose half a pound, I'm happy about that. Or even like this past month, I took a break because work was just absolutely crazy, and I gained 2 pounds. But for me, gaining 2 pounds in a month while I'm so stressed, that's a success. And I didn't binge. So I try to take the more long-term goal route. And I'm not saying that you can't be long-term on the other ways, but for me personally, with my personality, I have to take that slow route. So I've been going at this for 3 years, and I've lost 60 pounds. And some people might be like, that's it? Like, like you're doing it wrong. But for me personally, I'm doing it right. Like the fact that I've lost 60 pounds and I haven't been fluctuating all that much except for when I was in my binge eating disorder. So I mean, you really just need to know your personality and know what works for you. Because if I did it how other people would do it, I would still be 349 pounds, if not more.
That is so cool. Like, the thing that I love, and I'm so glad that I had you on the channel, is because you have so much like experience and knowledge and just life experience. It's something that I've never dealt with. You know, like we both have lost weight, obviously, and like that's awesome. But like your journey is so completely different than mine. And there's some similarities with the binge eating and stuff like that. But like, you're able to relate to people in a way that I never could. And like, to me, that's just absolutely amazing. And like, I think that, first off, I'm very thankful that you are open enough to share it with, with me and with the channel, because hopefully there are people that are watching this that might be struggling with binging more than they think is normal, and they'll be able to, kind of hear your story. Is there anything else you'd like to say to maybe someone that is going through it, or like, a tip that you could give?
I think going back to like the doing CrossFit and doing half marathons, don't do what other people say that you, or don't not do what other people say that you can't do. Like if I thought like, oh, society tells me that I shouldn't do CrossFit, or society tells me that I shouldn't do half marathons, I would not have found my love and my passion for both of those things.
Absolutely.
So go after what you like to do. Don't wait until you get to that goal weight. Enjoy what you like to do now, even if you are 400 pounds, even if you are 200 pounds. Don't wait until you get skinny or until you get fit to start enjoying the little things that you like to do.
Absolutely.
Do it now.
That is awesome, and I completely agree. Like, you know, people always ask me like, what's the best workout for me? What should I do? And I'm like, find something first and foremost that you enjoy doing. Yeah. And like, I get that a lot of people don't like working out, but some people like walking. If you like walking, do that. If you like
the walking Joey.
Yeah, exactly, right? If you like walking, if you like running, if you like doing CrossFit, if you like doing bodybuilding, if you like doing powerlifting, just find something. If you like playing tennis, like whatever it is that's getting you active, just do that. And then first and foremost, when it comes to weight loss, just understand that your diet is 100% more important than what you're doing in the gym. Mm-hmm. So just understand that, and then like enjoy whatever it is that you find fitness as for you, and you'll be good.
You do you.
You do you, boo-boo.
Don't listen to other people when they're trying to put you down.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Obviously her channel will be linked in the description and everything, all of her social media. She's awesome. She's been supporting me from the very beginning. Like before I even had a YouTube channel. Yep. So to me, that's just absolutely amazing. Again, thank you so much. Thank you. There was one other thing that Jules wanted to say. What was it?
Look how buff I am.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.